Hi guys, in this video we are going to learn about the fetch API. So in the previous video we learned about the promise. So in this video, of course, in the fetch API we will be using the promise concept. So if you don't know about the promise, then please refer to the previous video which I uploaded. So I will be adding the link into the description. So please refer to the playlist and you will be finding the promise videos. I have uploaded 2 videos. So you will be definitely able to know about that how to use the promise and why that is important to use. All right, so let's talk about the fetch API. Actually, API means application programming interface. I will be covering this whole concept in the coming videos, but for now I will be showing you that how we can use the fetch function to call a specific API, and because of which we will be getting some data, and that data we can be using and of course that would be handled by the promise itself. So I have an API over here. So I will be showing you the link like JSON placeholder dot typecode.com, and then at the end you will be getting to-dos /1. All right, so here we are getting the output like user ID title and completed status. All right, so we will be using this one into our example. So let's start with the video. So fetch function is just helping us to call the API. So here is the fetch. Inside of it we need to mention the API name, API URL actually. So let me add that URL over here. So once that URL we are going to add, then after this will be returning a promise. So that promise we will be handling inside the then. So here you know that in the then we will be having a callback function, and in that callback function we have a parameter like response, and then you know that in the promise we learned about that we need to resolve or reject the promise. So of course here we will be returning the whole response which we will be getting from here. All right, but you know that that response, once we will be returning, then we are going to catch that response into another then, and again we will be having a function here, and then after we will be having the, you can also say that result, for example, and again we will be having something which we can console over here. All right, so you know that once we are getting this response, and you know that that response is of course in JSON. You can see this is the JSON response. So what we gonna do here is we will be writing here .json. So response.json. So in that way we will be returning the JSON output, and that we will be receiving in the result, and we gonna print it over here in the result variable, and at last we will be having a catch function. And for example, if we somehow get rejected the promise, then of course we will be getting the error over here. So again we will be having a callback function here, and inside of it we can console our error message, and whatever would be the error we will be receiving over here, that we will be writing inside this catch function. All right, so let's refresh this. So you can see that this got some time, and here we have the JSON. Actually this is not the right way. Yeah, this is the right way. JSON is actually function here, response.json. So we are actually returning the JSON object, and you can see that we got all the fields like completed, ID, title, and user ID. So all the things we got over here. So that is going to be printed in the result. All right, so one thing you can think about is like why we are using to then. We can also handle all the things in the single then as well, but let me show you. For example, I am writing here console.log and then printing over here and just going to remove this statement from here. So let me show you what will happen. So you can see that here we have the promise which is pending, which is actually resolved, but this is going to be returning something, and that we try to handle in a separate then. All right, we can also manipulate this one as well, but we want a neat and clean object that should be returned from here, and we receive that object in a next then. So of course this then would also be executed if we are successfully returning something from here. All right, otherwise we will no more able to see the output in the return. All right, why? Because then is always handling the things which are successful. I mean, when the promise is going to be resolved, then after we can expect something inside the then function. Otherwise the catch function is responsible for the error that we got from the rejected promise. All right, so let me summarize first once again. Actually we have the fetch function. Inside of it we need to mention a URL. So I have this API URL which is just returning fetch function is returning the promise, and that promise we are going to resolve over here. So how that is going to be resolved is like once we are getting the data from that API, then we are returning the JSON from here, and that JSON returned JSON we are going to handle inside the then function again. And you know that inside the then function we always have a callback function in which we can receive a single parameter, and here we got the result parameter. Inside of result we got a neat and clean object of the JSON that we can utilize over here. So for example, you are interested to write here JSON dot title, so you can also print that one. Let me show you. Yeah, this time actually we got the type error, failed to fetch. So let's use this syntax. Yeah, we got the output. You can see that here we got the output. So this is the title. Actually previously we were trying to use the syntax which was wrong. So at that moment you got the error which was type error, failed to fetch. So how this is going to be actually we actually got this in the catch function. Why? Because once you are not able to handle the promise, that means the promise get rejected. So at that time you will be getting whatever would be the output in the error message, that whatever would be the error that would be inside of catch function. And here we will be getting to know about that what's the problem into our coding. All right, so that's why we got this response, and then after we again changed the syntax, then you got the output which we were expecting. And you know, from here we got the clarity that how we can handle the responses which we got in the promise. And if the promise get resolved successfully, then we will be getting the response inside the then function. And if there is something like some problem or there is any error, then that would be caught in the catch function. So I hope you are getting the benefit out of whatever I am discussing with you. So if you are thinking that you getting something useful, then you should also explore a lot of other videos which are in the playlist which I will be adding into my description link. So definitely you need to explore all the concepts, because these are really important to learn if you are interested to move forward in the JavaScript. All right, so these are the important things that we are going to learn here. So thank you so much. If you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe the channel and like the videos as well. And so let me show you the previous example which I have discussed in the earlier video, so that you get to know about the then and catch function. So here is the example that you can explore for a moment. Here we have a definition which we can also refer, like using promise with then and catch. The then and catch methods are used to handle the results of the promises once they have finished pending. The then method is used to handle resolved promises, while the catch method is used to handle rejected promises. Both of the methods use callback functions. The callback functions should each have one argument representing the promise result. So this is talking about this specific parameter. You can see that this callback function has only single parameter, so this is just helping us to receive the result of the resolved and rejected promise. All right, so here in error we are getting this parameter, and in the response we are getting this parameter. So I already told you that you can send any JSON, any specific object, array, anything which you have, whichever you wanted to pass from when you are resolving or maybe rejecting the promise, so that we will be getting in this callback function parameter. All right, so thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video.